I saw a video where Victor Osimhen of Galatasaray is trying to secure a lower division team in Turkey where will, the team in Turkey will be like an intermediary between Nigerian local academies and the link to Europe. It's a very, very good one for Victor Osimhen, and I admire his courage and support for people back home that want to really go into football. Like I always say, we are facing a lot of problems as Africans, but I've noticed something about Africa. Sports, since we are not technologically inclined, sports is one way we can still reduce poverty. I know ending poverty in Africa looks like something mission impossible, but we can reduce poverty if governments, states on state level, not federal, can build sports academy in every state. If sports academies can be built in every state of the federation, different sports, swimming, badminton, handball, volleyball, definitely they will have youths that are very good in this. All these things will stop crime. Like I always say, employing more security operatives doesn't stop crime. Creating jobs stops crime. What Victor Osimhen is trying to do will liberate more than 1,000 families. Because most of these football players might not even end up in Europe. Some might end up in MLS, some might end up in the Asian leagues like the Saudi League, the Qatar League. And once someone has left the shores of Africa to Europe, it will definitely help others back home. So, one thing about the African countries and their leaders is create an enabling environment for sports. Look at Morocco. Yes, I know they are in a bad light now because of their court arbitration or whatever. But Morocco has developed into a sport hub in Africa. Many years ago, who was Morocco in Africa? 10, 15 years ago. But now you see Morocco, both the female and male team, even their under 20 team, competing for tournaments. Because their government had interest in something like this. Because all we do now, right now in Africa, we don't only export raw materials and goods and services, we export human beings. And most times the people we export don't even have direction of where they are going to. But if you have a very good sporting environment, youth, people that doesn't have privilege will still have privileges of becoming great sportsmen and sportswomen. Look at the Oshimen story. Look at the JJ Okocha story. We have a lot of people that came from nothing whose sports have changed their lives. But what is our government really doing in the area of sports? Nothing. Nothing. The only thing they do, they say they are fighting crime. They create different security operatives. In all this, has insecurity reduced in Nigeria or Africa? No. Because you can't fight crime with crime. Because even the security operatives, are they well paid? No. So when you create things like this link between countries, smaller clubs, imagine most of the state governors calling back their player that is from their state of origin, like Chukwueze, who is from Abia State. Alex Oti calls him and tell him, okay, what can we do to help you link players to maybe Milan, Fulham, places you've played before. And he does that for like 100 families. Poverty will still reduce. Since they can't create jobs, since they can't give us light, these are normal things that I was telling someone yesterday that job creation reduces poverty more than anything. People, we've grown in this Nigeria, we've stayed without light for years. We've not had constant light since I was born. I have not seen that we had constant light for 72 hours before. It's always when you see light for 72 hours, you know it is a miracle. And you are going to suffer it later in future. But when you create things like this, it will help the people that are talented to really believe. Now, as a Nigerian youth, what do you even really believe in? Because if you go to school, you might not get a job. If you are talented in sports, you might not even get the support to live. So what Victor Osimhen is doing for football, maybe some other the state government should also look at swimming, basketball, boxing, UFC, karate. A lot of the sports world is so wild that the sports world can remove an average person from poverty.